Welcome to Jank Play TCG. Today, I'm going to be building the deck that I want to play. The Electric Mouse deck, the Pika Pals, whatever you want to call them. It's the 4 electric mice from Silver Tempest that all interact and chain together, starting with Togedemaru. Togedemaru is a Steel-type Pokemon. However, because of the crafty game designers, it's got an attack for an electric energy. It only does 10 damage, but you flip a coin, and if heads, during your opponent's next turn, if they KO this Pokemon, your opponent can't take a prize for it. So that is pretty handy. It's a 50% chance that they don't get a prize, which I think is worth it. Next up in this set of Pokemon is Dedenne. So I'm going to grab 3 copies of Dedenne. We're starting with 4 copies of Togedemaru because we want to start with him. And then we're starting with 3 copies of Dedenne because that is the next one in the chain. Thanks to Dedenne Short, 60 damage. You can use this attack only if one of your Togedemaru used Togedash during your last turn. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now paralyzed. Paralyzing and 60 damage isn't bad. Hitting Psychic Weakness, you could hit up to 120. Choice Band, puts that up to 90 damage, doubled to 180. So that's not bad at all. And you get paralyzed off that. So that's going to help delay whatever your opponent does. So hopefully you flip heads with Togedemaru. Not always going to happen, but they don't take any prizes. Then Dedenne paralyzes them and they can't attack, so they don't take any prizes. And that leads into the final 2 members of this group. The first one is Morpeko. I know, you thought I was going to go with Pikachu, but no, I'm going with Morpeko first. And there's a reason. I think Morpeko is going to be the more, oh geez, I went too far. Yeah, Morpeko I think is going to be the primary 3rd attacker. We're going to take 2, but I think Morpeko is going to be used more often. So what we've got is an electric energy. You can use this attack only if you use Dedenne, or your Dedenne used Dedenne Short during your last turn. This attack does 60 damage to each of your opponent's Pokemon. So if they have a full bench of 5 Pokemon plus the 1 in the active, that's 60 to each of them. That's a lot of damage. You partner that up with a tool card that we'll be adding to the deck called Telescopic Sight, and you're going to be dealing 90 damage to their Pokemon V. And that's going to set things up nicely. So the alternate attacker that we have here is Pikachu. This Pikachu, you know what, I'm going to grab the reverse holo, because why not? We're going to play 2 of as well. So Pikachu, electric energy, Pika Strike, 20 damage if one of your Dedenne used Dedenne Short during your last turn. This attack does 180 more damage. That's 200 damage. As an electric type, you're hitting weakness against Palkia and Inteleon and other water Pokemon. Not all of them. Some of them are weak to metal because they're ice-type Pokemon. But you're hitting weakness against quite a few. And then you've also got Lugia to think about. So flying Pokemon coming in as colorless, you're going to be able to deal quite a bit of damage to. Lugia does have a way around weakness, but that's where Morpeko is really going to come in handy to hit those bench Pokemon. So you're kind of forcing them to play both Dunsparce to take out their weakness on Lugia and play Manaphy to block bench damage. Those are going to be the 2 biggest issues that you run into with this deck, and you've kind of got answers for the Dunsparce. You don't really have an answer for Manaphy, though. So I'm also going to throw in 1 copy of Raichu. It's a stage 1, but for a single energy, 40 damage. If your opponent has used their V-Star power during this game, This attack does 100 more damage. So, as long as they've used their V-Star power, doubled that is 280, and you're KOing any, like, V-Star that's weak to it. So they use that power, and they're weak to it. Raichu can clean that up without needing to chain. So that's where Raichu is going to come in handy, but we only want to play one of. We're not going to bank on Raichu too often, hopefully. The awesome thing about this setup is you only need electric energy here. So that's going to be pretty useful. I'm going to go ahead and go into energy. Let's see, I think in the TCG it's called lightning. Yeah. And, which version of lightning energy do I want to use? Let me sort this by quality most to least. And, you know what? Might as well just use this one. I like it. It's the latest one, so, you know, whatever. Just putting that to 10 for now. We can change that later on. Next, something I personally look into, not everyone does, is their Radiant Pokemon of choice. So, can I filter them here? I'm not seeing Radiant as a filter. No worries. What we're going to do is just type it in. Radiant. Here are all the Radiant Pokemon. Going all the way back to Radiant Eevee. I thought about Radiant Hawlucha. As long as this Pokemon's on your bench, your Pokemon attacks do 30 more damage to your opponent's active VMAXs. That's not bad. Getting an extra 30 damage out of every attack would be phenomenal. That Togedemaru doing 10 now does 40. That Dedenne doing 60 now does 90. You know, but it's against only VMAXs, which is very limiting. VMAXs are not seeing as much play. They're still seeing play, but V-Stars are really taking over with Lugia and Palkia. So Radiant Hawlucha, I don't think so. Radiant Greninja is a decent choice, and I might end up on this, but I want to try something first. Radiant Greninja has an ability, you discard an energy card from your hand, and you draw 2 cards. Pretty simple, but very effective. Really great for consistency. Another one people have recommended to me is Radiant Charizard. Basically, its ability makes the attack here cost 1 colorless less for each prize card your opponent's taken. So it's a late game card. I would need to play a Fire Energy or an Aurora Energy or something like that, and that I'm a little concerned about. So I've decided Radiant Charizard, just like Radiant Greninja, they're going to go on the back burner for my first build of this deck. I'm going to start with what I saw and what you saw in my how to complete challenges quickly video, where I talked about to complete a challenge quickly, you're going to want to basically build a deck not to win, but to complete those challenges as fast as possible. And one way to do it was that Inteleon list. So we played against a deck that had Radiant Alakazam. And this goes back to Morpeko being our main attacker. See, once during your turn, you may move up to 2 damage counters from one of your opponent's Pokemon to another of their Pokemon. So, I did watch Little Dark Fury's video on this deck, and he is a fantastic deck builder, fantastic player. My playstyle is different to him. Even though we both build really weird decks, he's obviously really good at this. I'm trying to get better at this. That's why I'm making YouTube videos about it. But he played Zigzagoon to try to ping damage and scoop up nets to scoop it back up and ping more damage and that kind of stuff. I saw Radiant Alakazam in this list, and that, I think, replaces Zigzagoon. Not only does Zigzagoon become a bench sitter, but you have to use scoop up nets. So this is one card that does it all. Yes, it takes damage from one of your opponent's Pokemon, and you have to put on to the next one, but it's going to set up knockouts a little bit quicker and a little bit easier. So we're going with that. Next thing to consider is the fact that we need draw support. And I'm kind of in agreement with everyone else that has built this deck so far that I've seen. Did I go too far? Nope, there it was. There it was. We're going to go with 2 Bidoof, 2 Bibarel. There is an argument to go 3-3. I don't have a third. If I had one, would I be playing it? I don't know. This deck is already so Pokemon heavy. And you know what? We still have one more Pokemon to add. Right, it's not colorless. There it is. Manaphy. We got to add that Manaphy. We have nothing but weak, vulnerable Pokemon for our attackers, and them getting knocked down the bench is not ideal. Now, this does pose a problem. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 bench sitters. They're just sitting on the bench. They're not doing anything. That leaves us one bench spot and 1 active spot left. And we have 4 Pokemon we're trying to chain. So I'm not expecting this to be my final list. But it's a great start, in my opinion. So, trainer cards now, because we've already got the energy. We've got all the Pokemon we could want. Trainer cards. First off the bat, Level Ball. Level Ball is going to be huge in this deck, because just about every Pokemon, except 4 Pokemon can be searched out with Level Ball, being Bibarel, Raichu, and Radiant Alakazam. Radiant Alakazam could be searched out with Quick Ball, so there is an argument for that, but I'm a little hesitant to do Quick Ball when I need so many basics and I don't want to be discarding them. So I'm going Level Ball here, and I know people have played Ultra Ball. I don't think that's a bad choice. I'm worried about too much discard. Already, looking at this deck, I could probably lower these 2 down 1, give me a little bit more space. So we'll see how that plays out. There is Serena. I've got 3 copies of Serena. I think this is going to be a decent card. It's going to allow us to pull up their Pokemon Vs, who we're going to want to target and try to KO. I'm only going to play 2 of. It also gives us some draw when we need it. I also want a boss's orders. At least one of them. We'll go that one. Just because we need to target down those Manaphies as soon as possible. If they play Manaphy, we're going to be in trouble. So, next up, Telescopic Sights. Telescopic Sight, we're going to throw 3 in, just see how that feels. Choice Band, we're going to throw 3 in, just to see how that feels. Going 4 is a lot when you're playing multiple tools. So that's why we're only going 3 of those. Air Balloon is another one. I think Air Balloon is going to be helpful here to help swap and all that stuff. But I also want to play just some standard Switch cards. Something major that we need to take care of right now is our Stadium of Choice. And anyone that knows me knows I really like Training Court. Training Court is just awesome. Sure, it helps out your opponent, but what we've got here is some 1 energy retreaters in Morpeko, Pikachu, and Dedenne. Sadly, Togedemaru is not one. So we want to be able to retreat with an energy, get that energy back, and attach it to the new attacker, because they're all 1 energy attackers, right? So that's our solution there. What else do we need off the top of my head? I was thinking of something, and now I'm forgetting. Alright, let's just keep moving on. We've got our stadium, we've got some tools, we've got Level Ball. I'm hesitant for Ultra Ball, but it's a better choice than Evolution Incense. So we're going to go 3 Ultra Ball here just to be safe. Oh, Rescue Carrier, that's the one. Rescue Carrier. We're going to play at least 2 of those. Oof. Yeah, at least 2. That gets us 4 Pokemon back. That's going to let us do at least 1 more chain of whatever was knocked out, sort of thing. So Rescue Carrier, we've got 2 of. We're going to need some more draw. Why don't we look at Marnie? Marnie's great for disruption and draw. So we're going to play some Marnie. Now, do we play Professor's Research? It is the best draw card in the game, but it's at a cost, and that cost can be hefty. For testing purposes, I'm going to throw it in, and we're going to see how it feels. Like I said, best draw in the game, so should feel fine, but we want to make sure. And then, sorry. Switch Cart. Yeah. And right there's our 60. Now, I put 10 electric energy in here as more of a placeholder, because we can probably go down to a smaller amount. Now, I am thinking, I want to double check the wording on this. As long as this card is attached to a Pokemon, it provides electric energy. So it can be attached to any Pokemon, but if I happen to attach it to Pikachu, I get to draw 2 more cards. So let's go with 4 copies of that, 4 copies of basic Psychic Lightning Energy. We can up that to 5 just to be a little on the safe side. That's the thing. I want to be as safe as possible with all these choices. That's why we're 4 Marnie, 4 Professor's Research. You know, here we are. We could probably up this again. Yeah, we're over 60. But we could come back here and we could probably cut a card. Honestly. You know, let's just cut the lightning down. Alright, so we've got a 60 card list. I don't know if it's going to be the perfect list, but we're going to save this. Come on, we need a better coin. We need a fun coin. Ooh, I know what coin. No, not that one, but close. I thought it was there. Is it the other way? Or did I just miss it? It is a Pikachu coin. We're looking for a Pikachu coin. I've got one that I really like. Oh, we missed it because it's red. This red Pikachu from the World's decks of 2015. Those were probably the first. You know what? We're going to keep the Pikachu unless there's another one. Ooh, there is another one. Let's use that one. Not the Gigantamax, but... Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There we go. That one. No one uses that one. And we'll just stick with the gold, probably. No, let's go Gigantamax. Because it's fun. Yeah. So there we go. Electric mice. Electric mice. And we will save that. And what I suggest doing, no matter if you copied someone's list or anything, I always recommend, first thing you do, click test deck. And you're not looking to beat the computer opponent. All you're doing is looking to see how good your deck flows. So we had a mulligan. We play how many Pokemon and we had a mulligan? That's bad luck. We had a mulligan twice. Holy cow. Alright, so we've got Radiant Alakazam as our starter, which is a terrible starter, I will admit. We've got 2 Telescopic Sights in hand that we're going to have to discard with Professor's Research. That's just too darn bad. And we're going to have to discard... Oh, man. This is rough here. Okay. Here we go. So that can get us Togedemaru. We can play that down. This can get us Dedenne, the next one in the set. We'll play that down. We'll play that. Retreat into Togedemaru. Togedash. Flip that coin. Tails. That sucks. Thankfully, this guy won't be able to KO us, but it still hurts. So, Togedemaru. We got, first turn, we did get Togedemaru's attack off. That's important to keep in mind. That was our goal. We have enough search here. Oh, sweet. It gives us a free switch. Awesome. Bidoof, yes. Dedenne, sure. I'm gonna Professor's Research, so I'm gonna lose the special energy one way or the other. So we'll go ahead and do that. Yes, that's what I want to see. Ooh. So, we're going to knock out this Sparrow with Dedenne's attack. So to save that 10 damage, we're going to move it on to something else. Something that's going to give us more of an issue later on. And I've got 2 energy in there. I should probably start bringing them back. It's usually good if you've got Training Court to keep 1 energy in the discard at all times for when you need it. So currently, I don't really need an energy, but I've still got 1 in there. So we're going to... Yep. We get the KO. So the Paralyze isn't going to stick. That's the terrible part about getting a KO with Dedenne. But the chain is working here. We've got Dedenne out. We've got Morpeko ready to go. We just need... What'd that do? Ah, nothing. Nothing important. So we're going to grab Morpeko. I could just retreat, but I've got Switch Cart, so why not use it? And nope, we want to keep that there. We're going to Pico Blast. And because this is the computer, spread is ridiculously powerful, but we got the combo off. We even have Pikachu sitting here. So that's pretty good. Now, my biggest issue right now is this Manaphy. It's taking up space. I played it down not because we needed it, but because I wanted to see how the deck would work with it. So, yep, there goes Morpeko. Fully understand that. Togedemaru's back up. See, and then we got this Raichu here. Now, Raichu's not going to come in handy here, but I still think it might be good to have. So we're going to get an electric energy back. And we're going to play it down on Pikachu. And again, we've got the combo here ready to go. We've even got Choice Band we can throw on that Pikachu for a big hit. We've got Rescue Carrier to get back more Morpeko. We've got Air Balloon. I'm going to just throw onto Bidoof just because. I'm going to play that Marnie just because. We want to see this deck function. Ooh, so good. Because this Togedemaru will probably get knocked out. We've got Togedemaru ready to go. So there we go. Another Tails. That's fine, though. That's fine. Alright. So next up is Dedenne. Now, Dedenne will not get a KO here. So I'm going to use Radiant Alakazam to move some damage around. Now I'm going to put it on Diglett. And that might seem strange because... yeah, let's move another one. Because Diglett has less HP than everyone else, but it is there for a reason. So I can just attach another energy, retreat to Dedenne. I mean, I don't need to, but I'm going to throw a Choice Band on there. And that's the thing, like, now I've got Dedenne in hand, I've got energy, I've got 2 Togedemarus. I'm ready to get another combo off. I've even got Professor's Research if they boss his orders, take out Pikachu, and I need something. I can boss his order, or I can Professor's Research, and I can try to get something. Or right there, I get Ultra Ball. The reason why I put the damage on Diglett was in case it evolved. So 90 damage. Pikachu can handle this. 40 health, even if I take some off. Yeah, I mean... So we're going to go ahead, take it off there, put it there. And in an upcoming turn, we might be able to pull off a mid-turn KO, which is always handy. And that is why I am really enjoying having... Oh, we're taking our last electric energy. I should have looked. Pika Strike. Taking down a Groudon for 200 damage. We get another Bidoof. Bidoof. Doof, doof, Bidoof, doof, doof. Oh man, why'd they put Diglett in the active? That's too bad. But Togedemaru will at least get the KO, so that's fun. So we will retreat there into Togedemaru, attach an electric energy there. Heck, I'm going to do it just because. I'm going to discard those two. And grab a Bibarel. I discard one Bidoof because I don't feel like I need two out since I've got Manaphy on the board. You may feel differently. I should have just grabbed my free card with Bibarel, but oh well. It's a bot. It's not going to give us much trouble. So retreating Togedemaru is actually kind of like the worst thing that can happen in this deck because it takes 2 energy to retreat. We can always get energy back and Dedenne short. And that's going to paralyze him. He can evolve and attack. If he does, then Pikachu can get the KO. Even this Pikachu can get the KO. So here we go. Retreat. And Pika Strike. So the deck works. You want to know how I know the deck works? We barely had to draw a thing. The deck works. Those 2 mulligans are just unlucky. That's all it is. I know it's weird to say that, but like you can't look at this deck, which has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 14, 15 basic Pokemon and tell me it needs more basic Pokemon to, not have a mulligan happen. Like, that doesn't make any sense. So we know the deck functions, and we just got to make sure it keeps functioning. So now I'm going to go into a live match against someone, and we'll see how it does. Now, this may be a more, Togedemaru, first off, beautiful. We're going to play that down. And then we're just going to get done, because there's no reset stamp in the game anymore. Ooh, coughing. So we've got the probably ability blocking coughing. Yeah, especially with that Galar Mine there. Dang. So that's interesting. This is going to be a very interesting match, to say the least. Serena, draw until you have 5. I just don't think that's going to be as good as a Marnie right now. Okay, so I did not get what I wanted, but I did get a Bidoof and a Level Ball, so I can get a Dedenne out now. And I will play down Bidoof, and next turn I can Ultra Ball these 2 away if I need to, in order to... in order to get a Bibarel, so I can get the... What am I trying to say? So I can draw. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. It's interesting that they play this when they're playing a deck with ability lock in it. I don't know. They must have a reason. Okay, a turn to his VMAX. You did not get... Man, this is interesting. I mean, you can Ascension into the Wheezing and lock out abilities next turn, which is a completely fair thing to do. The nice thing about what I'm seeing right now is I'm not going to need Manaphy. I don't think Dark really has any spread, and if it is, it's not within Eternatus and Coughing to do spread. So, yep, they're going to evolve up. They've got abilities locked. So, yes, I will Ultra Ball these 2, grab a barrel. I'm going to use Marnie, because with the ability lock, I can't use Bibarel, which is fine. I understand. I'm going to throw that down there. I did not get an energy. We do play 9 energy, so we do expect, but I don't have a way out of the active either. Oh, cool, I got the heads. Nice. So, one issue against this Wheezing. I, in all honesty, was not expecting to see this Wheezing, so there's that. But the issue that's here is the fact that Togedemaru has 80 HP. Wheezing will do 4 damage between turns, not on his turn, So that's going to become an issue. Oh, I got Switch Cart. Never mind. No more issue. Beautiful. See, this is a reason to play Path to the Peak, which I am debating on. Path to the Peak will lock out Eternatus, it'll lock out Crobat V, and all those things. Okay, so we're going to play that there. We're going to play that there. And sadly, I just don't have... I don't have any draw. So I need a Stadium and an Energy. Actually, I'll attack with Morpeko. Okay. That might change things. That opens up a barrel for me to draw. That will mean Dedenne is most likely going to get knocked out, so I can put up Morpeko and just kind of wait. I could put up Pikachu and do 200 damage, but I've got a coughing here, a wheezing here. That's 2 KOs that I can get, and I can set up everything else for damage, a lot of it taking 90. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to throw up Morpeko. What do we draw? Choice Belt. I don't think that's going to help as much. So we're going to discard those. And we're going to grab Dedenne. That's the one thing that's missing from the board. And Bibarel. An Energy. Yes! There we go. We got an Energy. We even got a trainer that will let us draw. I could Rescue Carrier back Dedenne. Okay. So I'm going to Rescue Carrier back Dedenne and Togedemaru. I'm going to Level Ball for Manaphy. I don't need Manaphy in this matchup. So let's get rid of it. I'm going to Serena. I'm going to discard those 3. No. Those 3. Yes. Alright, I've got this. I can move 1 off of him onto someone else. Onto Radiant. Yep. This is working. 1 there. Done. That's all I wanted to do. Training Court. I already played my Energy for the turn. Peko Blaster. Getting 2 KOs, dealing a ton of damage. I am now leading in prizes. We got Raichu, which is not going to be a thing in this deck, so we can gladly discard that. So, Serena helped out there. It was pretty good. Don't know if it's going to make the final list. See, and he can go ahead, KO Morpeko. I can put up Togedemaru. I'll flip, see what happens. Ooh, nice going there. Marnie is coming down. Okay, I'm going to lose this energy, but I've got plenty more, so I should be fine. I did lose Training Court. That sucks. Okay, I got an energy. We're good. Ooh, I can even play that on the Pikachu to draw 2 cards. So, I'm looking pretty good right now. Togedemaru. Yes, let's play it. We got Training Court. We got all 4 Professor Research. This is gonna hurt. We gotta, but it's gonna hurt. Let's see. We got more Morpeko. Yeah. I'm going to just Togedash. Heads. They won't take a prize if the KO Togedemaru, so they've got a boss around it. They probably have boss, but it's putting it on them now. They have to find it. How many Training Courts is that? 2. We've got 1 more. I don't know if it's in the deck. I am terrible at searching my deck. I just love playing cards, so that's what I do. Marnie. Okay, so we're going to lose Choice Band. We're going to lose our 2 energy. Maybe we get Training Court, though. We did not get Training Court. We got Boss, and an Energy. So we could do some fancy stuff with that. Clearly, they don't use a lot of Switch. They're counting on hiding Energy for that, right? Oh, they do have Switch. Maybe they don't play a lot of it. So, let's see what we can do. Energy there. Oof. If I play this, I might have to pick something I don't want to discard. Okay, I want to keep Togedemaru. I can probably get rid of Pikachu. And we're going to draw 5. Oh, we don't have to discard all of them. But we are going to. We gotta dig. Okay. So he's got 300 health. If I do that, I'll toss that there. Hope they're not playing Tool Scrapper. I got Togedemaru, so that's fun. Dedenne short. So that does 90. Now the reason why I did that is I can move some damage onto Eternatus and then KO it with Pikachu. Now, can they switch? Is there a way for them to get out? That's a question. Ultra Ball, okay. I am now out of Gusting, so I cannot grab any of their Pokemon. I don't have Serena or Boss Order in the deck anymore. And I only have 7 cards, so yeah, that's going to be tough either way. So Morpeko is going to have to pull some weight here. Let's see. If I could... I discarded that early, didn't I? No, I still have 1 Telescopic Sight. Okay, so I do need to get out of the active, though. But what I can do is Marnie. Ooh, I did not get what I wanted there. I can discard. Dang. Gonna have to do that. Discard those 2. I do have a Switch Cart. And I'm gonna draw it. But I'm gonna lose. It's fine. I played the heck out of this deck. A deck I was not expecting to see. So we're not gonna KO that, so we'll move that, and we'll move another one. And then Pika Strike. We were 1 prize away from winning. We decked ourselves out. While I did not win, I still think that does a good job at showcasing the deck. Training Court was prized. Now, I'm going to stick around on the off chance that they play Marnie. And I can start the chain again. Very unlikely that even if they play Marnie, what is that? Yeah, I probably won't have very many turns to actually make this work because I don't have any more Switch Carts. So that's something to take away from this. More Switch Carts. Something else to take away from this is how good is Manaphy anymore? I don't know the answer to that. I have been taking Manaphy out of a lot of decks recently, and then I regret it, but a new set did just come out. So I'm going to make little edits. So we're going to get rid of Manaphy. We're going to go Trainer, increase Switch Cart here. We've got 8 energy. If we bring these down, that's 2 more cards that we get to play around with, which I do think is worthwhile to get more training courts so we can win the stadium battle. And Serena came in handy, but as a draw card, and it hurts as a draw card a lot. Well, you discard up to 3, but you know, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to save it. And that is my electric mice. That is the Pika Pals. That is the whatever you want to call them. I really love this deck. I hope this helps you guys understand the way I build decks and help you build your own decks, your own jank-filled decks. The process I go through. I build a deck trying to think of all the possibility things I need. I subtract things that maybe I don't need as much of. I test the deck to make sure it flows, and as long as it does flow, I start taking a live play. I'm probably going to be playing this deck for a while now. This video is already way longer than I was expecting, but yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, until next time, see you later. Bye-bye. Stop recording.